It's still good morning, Anambra, and we're glad to know that you're still there. My name is still Nonye, and I have...
a very good night. Changes not.
All right, this time around, we have another interesting thing to talk about this morning, especially as it concerns our youths. A lot has been happening, and our youths can't be said to be idle any longer. And this time, it's what is called Startup South 4. We have a guest in the studio this morning, Uche Aniche. Uche is a young, vibrant individual. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you, Nae. Thank you.
Good to have you around. Good to have you.
All right, Uche, when you see this write-up, you don't really know what it is. Is it one word? Is it,
It's one word.
I wouldn't know.
Startup South.
Okay, it's left for you to tell us. So, what is Startup South? We usually write
Startup South as one word with a hashtag. So, Startup South. So, essentially, Startup South is a startup and entrepreneurship ecosystem development project focusing on the Southeast and the South-South. Now, so let me break that down. What essentially means is we are trying to inculcate the knowledge of what it takes to run the new modern type of business that can grow very big. That's number one. Inculcate that knowledge into our young people so that they can start to build businesses that can grow very big and employ.
Hold it, Uche. Please, in case you're watching us and this is a program, fully packaged program, would like you to listen very attentively so you can ask any question that is relevant. Uche is here and is going to answer any question that you will pose here this morning. All right, Uche, let's go.
So we want to be able to teach those knowledge and then help people attract the type of investment that can help them grow that business, right? So, and our focus is between the South-South and the Southeast because we believe that only businesses, properly structured businesses, would be able to help develop our region, not individuals. You see, there's a limit to what philanthropy can do when it comes to developing a place, right? But guess what? The businesses are the ones that will develop here, not even the government. A lot of the times people will tell you the government is not doing what they should do. They have not developed the place. The truth is, if you have businesses here, the government will be up and doing. Okay. Now, this is why governments are supposed to depend on taxes, not oil. We're so awkwardly structured that a lot of the government, in fact, all our government, everybody depends on the center.
Okay, Uche, I think we'll still get to that. But in the meantime, you talk about growing, Does it mean that somebody that will join this program is somebody that is already into something, or you're taking freshers? Tell us about it.
Okay, so both. We're taking both. We're allowing both freshers to come get the knowledge they need to get. Okay. And at the same time, that's the boot camp. So we're allowing both freshers, but we also, particularly for this boot camp, the people that will qualify to come for this boot camp are people that are already doing something.
Okay. People that are already doing something are qualified to come for the boot camp.
Exactly.
So tell us more about it.
So we're supposed to have about, we're going to shortlist about 10 teams, right? 10 businesses to be able to come to Owerri. They will stay in a camp in 3 days. They will have professionals and successful business founders teach them a lot of things about how to do startup and prepare their businesses to receive investment. So this boot camp is a part of a program that is going to happen in Owerri. It's called Startup South 4. It's a conference. Now that conference, you have a lot of people from across the world, but mostly from Nigeria, coming to Owerri on November 2. And in those people coming, you have investors looking to invest in businesses, especially young businesses, right? Now, there are things that they look out for to be able to invest. So what this boot camp is supposed to do is we will shortlist the teams who we would put in the camp, and at the end of the day, about 5 of the teams would come out on the 2nd of November to pitch before those investors, so they can get investment.
So how do you go about selecting these teams? Because you talked about a lot of people will be coming from around the globe, and a lot of people will also come with their business ideas. So
yes.
How do you intend selecting this?
So what's happening now is that we're asking people to go on for.startupsouth.org/register. Now, when you go there, you would register to participate in the main program. But there is a place that asks you, there's a question that asks, would you like to be contacted to pitch? Okay. If you say yes, if you say yes to that question, we would send you additional details that will help you tell us more about your business. Now, based on that, we would know if you're qualified to come. We will publish the names of the 10 teams.
For the boot camp.
For the boot
because
camp.
I know you will have a lot.
Exactly.
In the program.
Exactly.
There's the one you call hack votes. Or
there's hack votes. That's the word decision I'm wearing now.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. There's also the immersive content boot camp as well.
Also the reimaging the Eastern economy.
So
I think it's important we look at this hack votes, especially that we had some primaries yesterday. Let's listen and know what you have.
Okay, so here's the thing. What we're trying to do with hack votes is to get people out to go and vote on election day. A lot of the times people don't realize that part of the economic issue we have is because we don't come out to choose our leaders. Mm-hmm. And because we don't come out to choose our leaders, we leave opportunity for politicians to manipulate who becomes leader. I'll give you an example. In 2015, you had the winning candidate, the APC candidate, won with 15,000 votes. The PDP candidate got about 15 million votes. The PDP candidate had about 13 million votes. The difference was about 2 million votes. But combined, they had about 28 million votes total. Now, but the total registered number of voters in Nigeria as of 2015 was over 60 million. What that means is that less than 50% of the total registered participated in that election.
And you're trying to stop voter apathy from what you're saying.
Exactly.
Is that going to be a training or conference?
So this what Hack Votes is doing is, there are a lot of our youth in schools especially. This is targeted to university students and people in the hubs. Youth, mostly youth, who has some level of coding, programming skills. We're saying, can you solve, is there something you can do? Is there an app or something you can build that will make people go out on election day and cast their votes? Okay. What kind of app would you build? Or what is it you can do? We don't know what it is. So tell us what it is you want to do, that you can do.
All right, let's talk about your next program now on Immersive Content Bootcamp. What is this one all about?
So Christian felt that there's something called virtual reality. Entertainment is moving in that direction now. If you know, when we were small, we had things we call Sophia, that you have this guy listening and then you have some pictures inside and you can watch. Now that has evolved into what is called virtual reality right now. Mm-hmm. So there's a massive opportunity for young people to make money creating content for virtual reality. But our people are not so versed with that. Christian Felder is a top German content creator.
Okay.
And he's a friend. So he offered to come teach young people how to create content, how to create content for virtual reality. So we're going to be having a boot camp.
So he'll be coming all the way
from Germany, yes. So he's coming to teach young people. So we're going to have a boot camp as well. So this is starting on the 31st of October to 1st of November. Okay? So, and all of this is in Owerri.
All right, let's quickly look at the last one, the reimagining the Eastern Economic Corridor. What is that about?
So that is just one of the topics that will be treated at the conference. Reimagine is just one of the topics. This also considerations on transitioning to a digital economy is also one of the topics, panel sessions that will happen at the conference on the 2nd of November. Now that's reimagining the Eastern Economic Corridor. The focus of that content is the fact that for development to happen in the East, the Eastern states would need to identify the areas of their strength and encourage people to invest in that direction so that we don't scatter our eggs everywhere. So if Anambra is good with manufacturing and industry, let us focus and attract investors that will invest in manufacturing and industry. If Ebonyi is good with agriculture, let us focus and attract investors that will invest in agriculture. So essentially, that is what this is, and it's by an organization called Dev East. So in Startup South 4, you have different people, different organizations creating content on top of Startup South 4. So this is what it is.
All right. This one on the screen, I don't think you've talked about.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay,
That's
the Eastern Economic Corridor.
Yes.
All right. Now, somebody that may want to travel all the way from Anambra here to Owerri to participate in this program.
Yeah.
How will the person get to the place? Are you sponsoring travel?
No, we can't sponsor travel.
Right.
Everybody that's coming is coming.
Let's have your plans anyway.
So the event is free to attend. And let me correct an impression. When you said travel all the way, you sound like the person is traveling to Lagos. So, I mean, Owerri is here. And this is and before I talk about our plan, this is what Startup South is trying to do: integrate all the states in the region and let them understand that they can develop as one. Do you understand? Because between Owerri and Anambra, it's barely 2 hours. You understand? And between the farthest point in the south-south and the farthest point in the southeast, you have it's barely 4 hours. Because you have a total of 120,000 kilometers square for the two regions. So we're close. So, but for the travel, talking about the travel, so if you're going to come to Owerri, we just need you to go and register online.
All right. Now, there's this 10 teams, 3 days, 1 winner. And the sponsors of this program, I can see a Facebook, Iroko, Sterling Bank, and ABS2. Tell us about the sponsorship of this program.
Okay, so essentially what we have a lot of organizations coming to support us to organize. You can agree with me that putting together this type of event is not easy. And so it's not something, because we're more like an NGO sort of, it's not the kind of thing that we can finance on our own. So we depend on the support of friendly organizations to be able to put it together. So in this edition, thankfully ABS is part of it. I hope Ogauche is I hope he remembers that all of you are coming to so that's on one hand. So we have Facebook, we have Iroko TV, we have an organization, Sterling Bank. We have an organization called Sean, which is an angel investment network. They're actually the ones who are going to be in charge of the pitch on that day to invest in the businesses.
All right, but what I really want to know about the boot camp, 10 teams, 3 days, 1 winner. You talk about, I don't understand, just 1 winner. We're looking at one person to be sponsored in terms of the business idea that is coming up.
Yeah, so the pitch is a contest. So one person must win. Now, but that doesn't mean that other viable businesses that can't get investment.
Okay, so tell us.
So the winning is like you won the pitch. So whatever prize there is, you get a prize. But that's different from the investment that people are going to do in the businesses that are viable there.
All right, Tuche, okay. Thank you. But before we go, please, as a way of a summary, what are the people going to do, to register for this program? Just tell us in summary before we go. Okay,
so to register, you need to go online to for.startupsouth.org/register. You all go on for.startupsouth.org and you can see a button to click register. Now, you will find the link to register for all the other things we've talked about because they are all separate registrations. But to attend the event, you can do that on for.startupsouth.org.
All right. I don't know if this is the first time this is happening in the Southeast, and if subsequently it's going to happen.
No, it's not the first time. That's why you have the figure 4.
Okay,
yes,
this is
I was going to talk about
this
that.
This is the 4th edition. The last edition, the 3rd edition happened in Aba last year. You may have heard the Made in Aba. You may have heard the Made in Aba hackathon that happened earlier this year in March. But last year we had the Made in Aba edition of Startup South. But before the Aba one, we've done it twice in Port Harcourt.
And it continues.
It continues. We're going to have Startup South 5.
Thank you so much, Uche, for coming on the show.
Thank you, Noya.
That's the much you can take.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to have you.
All right, we'd like to thank you so much, Joe. You didn't call us, but remember that our program here, they are all audience participatory. You can call us and ask questions or make contributions. For now, we thank you for the time.